Hello and welcome back to another Millennial Minute. I'm David Grasso. Ted Cruz has been getting a lot of flack lately and has become a sensation in the meme world. But does he really deserve all the ridicule? Here to weigh in are friends of the show and friends of mine, Christian Watson and Nate Lerner. So Nate, we heard from you off the top. You say, you know what? It's par for the course. He decided to leave during an emergency, so guess what? Face the reality that you left behind.
Yeah, I mean, he's a public figure. In fact, I'd argue, one of the most public figures in the Republican Party, one of the most outspoken, someone who really does love the limelight, loves the attention. Well, now he is really reaping what he sows. It is really not a lot of, you really just on the surface, this scandal is what it is. There was a crisis, a disaster in Texas that occurred, and he left his home state in the middle of that crisis, and he is the senator of that state. Just the optics of that alone are horrendous, let alone the morality and the fact that he did nothing to help with the situation. Meanwhile, you had Beto O'Rourke crisscrossing the state, delivering water and organizing massive phone banks to help seniors find safe housing, and AOC raising money for food aid and water for Texans, and even traveling to the state as well. And meanwhile, you had Ted Cruz, who was completely absent and is now on a PR. And instead of, his response has been not to make up for his failures, but to implement an aggressive PR campaign to fight back, which is really not the response that he should be doing.
Okay, so Christian, I understand what you're saying about memes. They do lack context. Funny enough, the problem with digital text is that it lacks context. But do you agree with Nate that the morality of leaving your state in a moment of distress to go to the Ritz in Cancun maybe might not be the best idea for the junior senator from Texas?
No, I mean, it was terrible optics, and I'm not going to disagree with that. But let's be honest. Was Ted Cruz doing anything materially damaging to his constituents by not physically being there himself? I mean, his constituent services were still open. His office was still open. His office was actually coordinating with with people in Texas. I mean, Ted Cruz was not taking away anything vital from people in Texas by himself going with his daughters who wanted to go on a vacation. So to act as if it's some sort of moral abomination is nonsense. It's not. It was bad optics. He probably should have reconsidered, but he did nothing materially harmful to his constituents, and memes clearly omit that. This is why context is important.
Nate, I'm just going to let you take that one.
well, look, I mean, the main argument Republicans have had in response has been, oh, what could he have done? He's the senator. What's he going to do? And yeah, technically he can't pass a piece of legislation in the moment, but he's literally abandoning his people, the people he is elected to represent, in their moment of need, in their crisis. What kind of symbol does that send to his state? What kind of message does that send to the people he represents? What happened to captains going down with their ship? Imagine if the captain of the Titanic jumped on the boat with all the women and children and said, "Oh well, I can't really do anything. The ship is sinking. I might as well save myself." It's really about real leadership is about being in it with everybody. You're in it with the team. You're a part of the team. You're in it for better or for worse. And when the going got tough, Ted Cruz got going. That's the failure of leadership. And the fact that Republicans are even trying to defend him really shows how tribal our politics has become, and how they're not interested in what's right. They're interested in defending their party.
Well, I'm not even going to push back on that one because I kind of agree with you, Nate. So, Christian, so what do we do to, now the left has seized the opportunity? AOC, amazing PR, right? Oh, Ted Cruz is in Cancun. I'm going to raise $2 million for people who are literally dying, right, in Texas. So obviously, the left has better PR, better optics, smarter decisions on behalf of their, luminaries, we'll call them, like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
So no, it was bad optics for Ted Cruz to come in and to leave like that. And the left obviously does have better optics with AOC and Beto, but that's also kind of opportunism, isn't it? When they just go in there and they exploit a situation like that. So the point is this: Ted Cruz was not immoral for doing what he did. He was simply misinformed for doing what he did. And for me to mention that is not me being tribal. It's simply me trying to add nuance to a very complicated situation.
Okay, Nate, I'll give you the last word, but make it short.
I mean, it's not complicated. It's very simple. Ted Cruz abandoned his state when they needed him in most, And AOC and Beto are not opportunists. They are simply rising to the moment. I think you can't criticize someone for doing what's right in the moment because it's making them look good. I think that's just a happy side effect.
Okay, well, gentlemen, always a very spirited conversation. This segment was my idea, so I'm very happy that you both rose to the occasion and came on to talk about it. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much.
And thank you all for watching. Be sure to follow us at Bold TV for many memes. We love memes, and we'll be back soon.